a deep dive.
Oh, wait.
Today, it's something super cute.
Oh.
Cane Corso puppies.
Ah.
Especially those first few weeks.
Yes, so much happens then.
Exactly.
Makes you wonder how they even
I know.
survive.
We've got a podcast episode
Okay.
full of expert advice
Cool.
and some in-depth articles, too.
Sounds like we're well covered then.
We are. Our mission today
Hit me.
is to give everyone listening
Okay.
the knowledge they need
Yeah.
to make sure these powerful pups
Powerful is right.
get the healthiest
For
and
sure.
happiest start in life.
I'm in. Let's do it.
So, first things first.
Okay.
That podcast we mentioned,
Yeah.
they talked about how often these newborns
Okay.
need to be fed,
Oh, yeah, they're hungry little guys, right?
like all the time,
I can imagine.
every 2 to 3 hours.
Wow. That's intense.
It's like running a 247 diner.
And it's not just quantity either.
Oh,
It's quality too.
ah,
You know how important
Yeah.
a mother's first milk is
uh-huh,
for human babies?
for sure.
Well,
Yeah.
it's the same for puppies.
Oh, wow.
That first milk,
Yeah.
it's called colostrum.
Colostrum.
Yeah, it's like a
The-
superhero serum.
What do you mean?
It's packed with antibodies.
Interesting.
Think of them like tiny warriors,
Fighting off.
infections,
Right.
and it's got growth factors too.
So it gives those pups a boost.
A massive boost.
Right from the start.
Exactly, for their immune system.
That's amazing.
You want to see them drinking it down
Oh, really?
within the first few hours of life.
Wow, so those tiny tummies,
I know, right?
they're getting a superpowered start.
They are.
And speaking of growing,
Yeah.
I was reading about
Mm.
how quickly they gain weight.
It's remarkable.
Isn't it?
They double their birth weight
No way.
in just 7 to 10 days.
Wow.
Daily weigh-ins are so important
Like tracking their
I-
gain.
on a miniature scale.
Like tiny little weightlifters.
Exactly.
Okay, I have to ask.
What's that?
When do those Cane Corso eyes?
Oh, those iconic eyes.
Yeah, when do they open?
They usually start peeking open
Okay.
around 10 to 14 days after birth.
But I bet
Yeah.
their vision's still blurry.
For a few weeks, yeah.
So those first few weeks
I know, right?
must be a clumsy adventure.
They need so much care then.
And attention.
For sure.
One of the most important things
Definitely.
is temperature.
Oh, big time.
These little guys, they can't regulate.
Their body heat.
Right,
So they need a toasty environment,
I bet.
like 85 to 90 degrees
Oh, that's warm.
Fahrenheit initially,
Yeah,
decreasing to about 80.
over a few weeks.
Mhm.
Like a perfectly warm nest.
Exactly. Who wouldn't want that?
I know.
Speaking of being new to the world,
Mhm.
another crucial factor
For Cane Corsos.
is socialization
Yeah, makes sense.
from the moment they're born,
Okay.
even gentle handling. By humans,
Really?
it shapes their temperament.
It's interesting how those early interactions have such a lasting impact.
Huge impact.
I remember when we got our first dog,
Oh, yeah.
socialization was key.
And for Cane Corsos especially,
Oh, why is that?
with their intelligence
Yes.
and loyalty
Uh-huh.
and those protective instincts.
They need those early interactions.
Absolutely.
We're not just cuddling them.
No.
We're shaping your future.
We are.
So how do we make sure
Good question.
those powerful instincts
Yeah.
are channeled in a positive direction?
Well, that's where the magic of socialization comes in.
Okay, tell me more.
It's all about exposing them
Dude.
to a wide range of experiences,
Mm-hmm.
different sights, sounds, smells,
Makes sense?
and most importantly,
What?
different people,
Okay.
but all in a controlled way.
And a positive way.
Exactly.
I see. So it's not just about preventing them
Great.
from being fearful
Yeah.
or aggressive.
Good
It's
job.
about helping them become well-adjusted.
Totally.
So we're creating a foundation
That's
of
right.
positive associations.
Uh-huh.
The more positive experiences they have early on,
Yeah.
the better equipped they'll be
For sure.
for new situations.
Makes sense.
So far, we've talked about feeding,
Right.
weight gain,
Mhm.
eye development,
Yep.
that essential warmth,
Yeah.
and early socialization.
So much happens.
All at warp speed.
I know, right?
Is there anything else
Mhm.
before we move on?
Well,
Yeah.
all of our sources emphasize that these early weeks are like
Yeah.
setting the stage
Oh, interesting.
for a Cane Corso's whole life,
Really?
their long-term health
Okay.
and temperament.
It's not just survival.
All
It's
right.
about giving them the best foundation
Exactly.
to thrive.
Exactly.
It's like laying the groundwork
Yeah.
for a strong, well-adjusted dog.
I like that.
Yeah.
That leads us to a big question.
Oh, I love big questions.
Okay, so
Yeah.
knowing how impactful
Yes.
these first few weeks are, What are some creative ways
Okay.
to make sure a Cane Corso puppy
Right.
gets the best possible start?
That is a good question.
What kind of environment would
Yeah.
you create?
Ooh.
What kind of interactions
Yeah.
would you prioritize?
I bet our listeners have some great ideas.
They probably do.
I encourage everyone to check out those sources,
Uh-huh.
explore further,
Yeah.
and share your own insights.
Because ultimately, it's all about giving these pups
Right.
the loving and supportive start
Yes.
they deserve.
We've covered so much already.
We have.
But there's so much more to uncover.
There is.
We'll be back soon
Looking forward to it.
to dive deeper into what comes next.
Awesome.
Stay tuned.
See you then. Welcome back.
We're back.
Ready to keep going
Absolutely.
with our Cane Corso puppy deep dive.
We've covered those first few weeks.
So much happens then.
Now things get interesting.
They do.
What happens next?
Think of it like a whole new chapter.
Ooh,
It's called the transitional period.
what's that?
It happens between 3 and 4 weeks old.
Gotcha.
It's a time of huge change.
In what way?
They start weaning from mom's milk.
Makes sense.
Their senses get sharper,
Okay.
and they become much more aware
of.
the world around them.
So they're like little toddlers
Exactly.
testing out their independence.
They're wobbling around on stronger legs.
Cute.
Their teeth start coming in,
Oh.
and they explore everything with crazy enthusiasm.
That's when the real fun begins.
It does.
But it's also crucial
Totally.
for learning.
And development.
What should we be focusing on?
During this transitional phase,
Yeah.
we shift gears
Hum-bum.
from basic survival
Oh.
to building skills
Yeah.
and behaviors.
Essential ones, I'm guessing.
Potty training is a big one.
Of course.
And basic commands, sit, stay, come.
Classic.
And we continue socializing them.
Right, those early interactions.
They shape everything.
How do we train a Cane Corso?
Are there special techniques?
For this breed, yeah.
Cane Corsos are intelligent
Yeah,
and eager to please.
that's good.
They respond well.
To cue.
Positive reinforcement,
What does that involve?
clear commands,
Okay,
consistency,
makes sense.
lots of praise.
When they get it right.
Exactly. And of course,
Treats.
treats.
They love treats.
And speaking of those powerful instincts,
Yes, those.
how do we nurture them
in a healthy way.
at this stage?
Yeah, how do we help them?
Become confident guardians
Right.
without being overly protective.
Or aggressive.
Exactly.
That's where socialization comes in.
Careful, strategic socialization.
Right.
We want them to be confident
Yeah.
and discerning.
But not
Fruitful.
or reactive.
We give them lots of experience.
So it's in a controlled environment,
And a positive one.
like we talked about.
Think of it this way.
Okay.
Every positive interaction,
Okay.
it's like
Yeah.
a deposit in their confidence bank.
I love that analogy.
The more deposit,
The richer their confidence.
Exactly.
So to recap,
Okay.
weaning, exploring, potty training, basic commands,
Yeah.
and ongoing socialization,
A thought?
all between 3 and 4 weeks old.
I know.
Are they still growing fast?
Oh, yeah.
Like how fast?
They're little eating machines.
Yeah, I bet.
Fueling all that growth.
And energy?
Their muscles are developing.
Okay.
Their coordination's improving.
They're starting to look like real Cane Corsos.
They are.
I can just imagine them
I know.
clumsily playing, testing boundaries.
Getting into mischief.
This highlights something important.
What's that?
Their environment.
Oh, absolutely.
It needs to be
safe.
Instead.
They need space to run
Okay.
and play
They also need toys to chew on.
with those new teeth coming in.
Right.
And mental challenges.
Because they're so smart.
A bored Cane Corso
Yeah.
is not a happy Cane Corso.
How do we keep them engaged?
During this phase,
Yeah.
puzzle toys are great.
For mental stimulation,
Yes. And short training sessions
to reinforce commands.
and tire them out.
What about games?
Oh, like fetch.
Yeah.
Always a winner.
It's about finding that balance.
Between stimulation
Yeah.
and rest.
As they approach 6 weeks old, that balance is key,
I agree.
especially as they transition.
Into the next phase.
What can we expect then?
In those weeks before rehoming,
Yeah.
that's where things get really interesting.
Ooh, tell me more.
But first,
Yeah.
let's take a moment.
All right, we're back for the final stretch.
It's gone by so fast.
I know, right?
Time flies when you're having fun.
It does. Yeah.
So today we're exploring those last few weeks before a Cane Corso puppy
Yeah.
finds their forever home.
It's like they're graduating.
They are.
What are the big milestones?
During this pre-graduation phase,
Yeah, what should we look for?
well, health comes first.
Of course.
By this point,
Yeah.
they should have their vaccinations
Okay.
and been dewormed.
Makes sense.
This protects them
From
from common diseases and parasites.
like a little suit of armor
Exactly.
for their big adventure.
We're also solidifying behaviors.
Oh.
Potty training
Mm-hmm.
should be well underway.
Basic commands, too.
Sit, stay, come,
They should know those by now.
and
Yeah.
bite inhibition.
Bite inhibition, what's that?
It's so important.
For Cane Corso?
Especially,
Tell me more.
it's all about teaching them
Yeah.
to control how hard they bite.
Okay, see.
Cane Corsos have strong jaws.
Yeah, they're powerful dogs.
We need to teach them to be gentle,
Makes sense.
especially with humans,
Those puppy nips could get intense.
as they grow.
How do we teach bite inhibition?
We use positive reinforcement.
Like with the other training.
Exactly. Praise and rewards.
And they're gentle.
Right. And gentle corrections.
I need it.
And always redirect them.
Tutor.
Toys.
So they learn those boundaries.
Yes. Setting them up for success.
What about their protective instincts?
Oh, you might see those emerging.
Like how?
They might bark at strangers
Okay.
or become more alert to sounds.
Is that normal?
It's normal for Cane Corsos.
But we need to guide those instincts.
In a positive way.
How do we do that?
With continued socialization.
Even at this stage.
Especially at this stage.
We want them to be confident.
Yes, but not fearful or reactive.
We keep exposing them to new things.
But in a controlled environment.
So they learn to assess situations.
Calmly and confidently.
By 8 weeks old,
Yeah.
they've hit all these milestones.
And they're ready for their forever homes.
That's exciting.
It is.
But also bittersweet.
They're
It's hard to say goodbye.
But seeing them go to loving homes,
Yeah.
that's the best part.
That's what it's all about.
Giving these dogs the best start.
We've covered so much today.
We have.
What's the most crucial takeaway?
For me, it's the power of those early weeks.
All right.
Every interaction shapes them.
It's a big responsibility,
It is
but it's also a privilege.
to be a part of their journey.
In those early experiences.
They're the foundation.
For a lifetime of love and loyalty.
A companionship.
I bet our listeners
Yeah,
have some great Cane Corso stories.
I'd love to hear them.
Share your experiences with us,
The challenges,
the triumphs.
everything.
Keep the conversation going.
And until next time,
Yes.
keep learning and exploring
And diving deep.
into the world around you.
Thanks for joining us
It's been fun.
on this Cane Corso puppy adventure.
See you next time.